Hasbro Toy Shop gave us some images of new Bumblebee movie figures. And these are 3 characters that are based from the prequels, well, not the prequel, the sequel movies that now they're based on, now that we know that the Bumblebee movie is actually just a prequel to the 2007 Michael Bay movie. So we have some returning characters in some very 80s inspired designs. And I actually kind of dig these, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of the Bumblebee movie product because of its simplicity, but I can't deny some of the niche appeals that some of these have. So we'll jump into
some nice little interesting details. That I wonder if you're on the same wavelength of what I've just noticed or not.
Well,
we'll see.
I'm sure you'll have a different perspective that I'll appreciate to hear. So from the Power Plus series, we have first Soundwave. Now, of course, Soundwave was a character that appeared in the Revenge of the Fallen movie and would continue to appear in future pieces of product and meet his untimely demise in Dark of the Moon. But Soundwave here shown as, I guess, if this toy continuity, as I always call it the micro continuities of toy continuity, meaning like, I guess if Soundwave was on Earth during the Bumblebee movie in the 80s, he was this, grody looking van, like Econoline van with a very 80s inspired art on the side of it, which if it's one of those things that if that decal was not on this toy in the alt mode, it would make a complete difference that I even care about this toy.
You want to know what's really awesome about that decal on the toy? It's a Black Panther and a Raven, obviously Ravage and Laserbeak.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's why I was waiting. I was like, oh man, is he going to nail it? Is he going to nail it?
Genius.
No, he didn't. Slam dunk.
You know what?
Oh, that is so smart.
That
is the most smartest thing I've ever seen.
When if they had like a rock near it for Rumble or something, I don't know. Anyways, it's one of those things that maybe it's, let's see, Rumble was purple but also blue sometimes, and the background is purple but also blue sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I think
I'm reading too much into it now.
Why not go all the way? I don't. I like why not? But like as soon as I saw, I was like, why is it a panther? Why is it a It's Ravage and Laserbeak.
I swear I was actually trying to see if there was album covers or something that I thought it was based on something.
No, it has to be that. I hope that's actually on this toy and not just a
mock-up?
A photo. Yeah, a mock-up, a Photoshop, or anything like that. I really hope that's on that toy because I would actually go out and buy this just for that.
Well, that's
decal.
why it's the same thing I was saying. Like if that emblem, that decal was not on the side of the van, it totally is just another Soundwave that turns into some kind of truck. And that's not the first time that it, like, Animated started that trend. And it started to slowly carry over into other lines and stuff where, Soundwave's alt mode could also be some kind of modular vehicle and stuff. I mean, it actually dates back even more to like Machine Wars when he was like a repaint of the G1 UK Stalker mold.
Yeah.
Where he was I guess we'll call it the missile tank, if you will, but they say it's a radio tank or satellite tank. But the point is that, so this thing, really cool, really dig that. It's the more
and also to point out, his head sculpt looks more closely to the Cybertron head sculpt ish in the Bumblebee movie. So it does not look like the Michael Bay head sculpt at all. Like, because that one kind of had a mouth from what I'm trying to look here. No, it had a mask ish, but
both versions, because there was the satellite version he was, and then there was the I believe he was a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Both versions
SLK, I think.
had a very similar head sculpt of each other, the 2009 Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon in 2011. This one, you're right, it has a more G1 inspired based on Travis Knight's CG opening scene of the movie. It's real. I mean, the only thing that would have hammered it home if they just put just a little bit of extra plastic engineering, even if it doesn't do anything, just to have like 2 hinges for the chest to open. But I mean, it's okay that it doesn't do that. It doesn't make it like the only reason why I say that is because the chest that he has is a faux chest compared to the front of the. I think it's a faux chest. Let me just look here. Yeah, it is a faux chest of the front of the vehicle. So like they could have technically had like that chest open and it won't compromise the transformation. It's simplistic transformation, mind you. But at the same time, hey, it's cool. This is cool.
the more I keep looking at this freaking toy, I keep seeing other little details about it. The little engine that it comes with is basically a boombox.
Yeah. Oh God, I just noticed that too. So
every time I look at this thing, it's like they went all in on this guy.
They put a lot,
and oh my goodness, even in the robot mode, he has like the little shoulder cannon too,
like little speakers almost. Yeah.
No, the little shoulder cannon.
Oh yeah, the shoulder cannon, which matches his G1 shoulder cannon that he had.
I'm buying this.
Yeah,
this is probably the one that's worth it.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to bring it up, because there's actually a lot of stuff going on here, and it's something that if those little details weren't there, it wouldn't have been as interesting. Now, unfortunately, when we're talking to one that's not as interesting, it's the other wave mate here, which is Ironhide was also included here. Now, I understood what they tried to do here from a color standpoint. They were trying to be a little more true to the original G1 Ironhide by throwing in some red into the mix, but still has black. But overall, the body shape, the alt mode, the choice of weapons, the head sculpt, it still really is grounded in something that is the movie 2007 Ironhide. To the point that if you painted that red area all black, I would have just thought it's just another movie Ironhide toy.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? That also, again, comes with that little Energon igniter engine that doesn't turn into a boombox like you mentioned.
Well, no, it's just straight up a boombox. Like the Energizer igniter for Soundwave is straight up a boombox.
This one doesn't have that.
These are more in line with what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah,
like Energon or like an Energon igniter thingy. You know?
And in the case of this Ironhide, also staying true to his movie aesthetic, he has because the Energon igniters, when you plug them in, I don't want to say it pops out, but you could unfold usually some kind of extra weapon or booster. So in this case, he has two extra weapons that are similar to his wrist cannons that he had in the movies. Now they just kind of either they rest on his knees in robot mode, or they pop out on the sides, kind of similar to the Stealth Force gimmick that they had in Dark of the Moon. In alt mode. But yeah, not much to mention there. It's this one is really kind of like, this is something that this exact toy could have come out in 2009 in all black, and I would have believed it, because the fact is, I believe, let me just turn my head for a second here. I think it was Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, it was. Revenge of the Fallen had a legend scale movie Ironhide that was all in red to homage his G1 colors. So it's something that they've already kind of done in the past, just now they're doing it in the larger scale for this Power Plus series for the Bumblebee movie. And then we move on to the last one, and this one actually we knew about a little bit beforehand. One of them was found in retail in the wild, but like there was just the one photo taken of it, and the person that took a photo of it didn't buy it, so we didn't really see a good shot of the robot mode like in full. We only just saw what the front of the packaging had. So now we finally have some like complete images of it, and unfortunately it's kind of the same thing like Ironhide, where Ratchet here, while trying in the end to kind of be a fusion of the two colors, from you have a little bit of G1 with the white, but still having the green, the greenish yellow from from the 2007 movie, and still at the end of the day has the alt mode that is 100% really what the movie was. It's a marriage of the two, but you look at the face, you look at the alt mode, you look at the overall aesthetic, it still really is at the end of the day 2007 movie Ratchet.
Yeah, well, like if I remember right, Ratchet was supposed to be like a Humvee H.
A more not a Humvee, but I know what you mean, like a similar kind of
like a Hummer. He was a Hummer, is what I'm trying to say.
A similar kind of Hummer, like ambulance. It wasn't one for one this design, because this design's a lot more generic, so they probably don't have to trademark any kind of vehicle. Yeah,
and it looks more like a regular ambulance, because I think what he was kind of what he was in the movie was kind of similar to like maybe something they would use on a beach or something. I don't know. It looked
more off-road,
very different
off-terrain kind of stuff. So, and in this case, again, it's something that if this toy would have come out in all yellow and everything back in 2007 or 2009, it's very believable that it just would have been that Ratchet, where the Soundwave really is like the winner of this trio here. It really is the one. This one is the must-get of the three. Really is the 80s toy character. And again, like the stuff that you've pointed out now, especially the engine, even the Energon igniter, this is glorious. This is
like
glorious.
I just didn't catch it at first, and then when I'm looking at it harder and harder, I'm like, there's a lot of details on this. But again, it has to be predicated that it has to, like, the stipulation for me is definitely that Art Deco on the side. That has to be consistent. It has to stay there. If that's not there, then I can't, like, it loses a little bit.
It loses a lot.
And then the fact that Protoman pointed out that, like, well, maybe the purple and the blue is Rumble and Frenzy, you know? So
well, because Rumble was purple in the cartoon but blue in the toy, but then some people say the blue one was Frenzy, not Rumble. So you have a little bit of
and I think them putting that there would probably be them being like, you could take with that as you wish.
Take from that what you want.
There, but we're not saying one is the other. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like we're giving you a little bit, but we're not definitively putting our foot down and saying this in this continuity it's this, because they haven't shown up.
Yeah.
You know, those characters. Oh no, wait, they did. Sorry, they did show up, but they're not, you know, coming out of Soundwave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, we don't want to open up that can of worms because we know
Not
everyone is paying attention.
Yeah.
You know?
So as it stands right now, if you want to see real, like, because obviously with the segment that I'm going to post here, I'm going to post some images in the segment video. But if you want to see some more higher res images of this, HasbroToyShop.com has them all up for pre-order. So if you want to buy them and see some really high res images of them, be sure to check it out there. Really cool stuff. Really dig this Soundwave.